So we are seeing the capacitors and their capacitance. So first let us understand what is a capacitor. This is conductor 1, this is conductor 2. A system of two conductors separated by an insulator forms a capacitor. So there must be some kind of insulator, whether that insulator is air or some other kind of material, but there must be some insulator in between them. So a capacitor is a system of conductors separated by an insulator. Now this has a charge positive Q and potential V1. This another one has a charge minus Q and again there is a potential V2. So on this conductor potential is V2 and there is a charge minus Q. This has positive charge, this has negative charge. So let us say the conductor have charges Q1 or Q2 and potential V1, V2. But in reality what happens is that these conductors have charges Q and minus Q. Both have the charges equal but opposite. One is negative, another one is positive. And potential difference is again, what is the potential difference? V1 minus V2, that is quite simple. What is the potential difference? V1 minus V2 between them. So now Q is, so even though there is a difference of 2Q, but what is called charge? Q is called a charge on the capacitor. So if you remember dipole, so one is positive charge, another one is negative charge, separated by some distance. So what was charge on this dipole? Q, not 2Q. The distance was 2a. The distance was 2a. From mid side A is this side, A on this side, but charge was Q. And dipole moment was simply Q into 2a. So this was dipole moment. Similarly, here not 2Q but Q is the charge on the capacitor, because Q is same here. Here only positive Q, here negative but opposite but equal. So what is charge on capacitor? Q. Though in fact the charge on one of the conductor, the total charge of capacitor is 0. So again, so this forms a capacitor. These two conductors form a capacitor. So total charge, since this is positive Q, this is negative Q, total charge on a capacitor is always 0. The total charge on a capacitor is 0, but Q is called the charge of the capacitor. Why? Because one side is positively charged and another side is negatively charged. So that's why it is called charge on the capacitor. Now again the potential difference V. So we have seen what was V, V1 minus V2, and charge on the capacitor Q. So now the potential difference V is the work done per unit positive charge in taking a small test charge from conductor 2 to 1. So what was the definition of potential? Taking a unit positive charge from one side to another side, because we are taking this V2 to V1. So let us take a small unit positive charge from this side to this side. So the work done from taking here to here would be V. So the potential difference V is the work done per unit positive charge in taking a small test charge from conductor 2 to 1. So we are taking a small positive charge, okay, from this side to this side, that is the potential. Now this V is proportional to Q. If you remember what is the formula for V, so V is proportional to Q. If you remember that V is proportional to U. Why? Because work done has both Q, both the charges, but this, when you take this work done and divide by Q, only then you get V. So this is only proportional to one charge Q. What was the formula for V? V was 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught and Q by R. So this was formula for V. Here you can see V is proportional to Q. V is proportional to Q. And when we take QV, so there is another charge introduced, but in V this is normalized. So V is simply proportional to Q. So let us see what happens in that case. If V is simply proportional to Q, since V is proportional to Q, the ratio Q by V is a constant. See, V is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Okay, and this is Q by R. So if we divide, so this by sorry, not this, this Q by V. So taking V here, Q by V is equal to, what is this, 4 pi epsilon naught R is equal to Q by V. Again, if you see, if R is fixed, again see here R, the distance is fixed between two conductors. So R is fixed and this itself is a constant. This Q by V ratio is also a constant. Q by V ratio is a constant and it is called the capacitance of this capacitor. This Q by V is a constant and this is called capacitance of a capacitor. So here you saw that how this thing is constant. C is now again this Q by V is a constant C, which is called capacitance. C or capacitance is independent of Q or V. So we saw that it was simply a number as stated above. The capacitance C depends only on what things it depends? Only on geometrical configuration, shape, size and separation. Shape, size and separation of the system of conductors. So this is only dependent on shape and size, not dependent on Q or V. Okay. Now unit, the SI unit of capacitance is 1 farad. So unit is 1 farad or coulomb per volt. C is equal to Q by V. So Q is coulomb, V is volt, coulomb per volt, or 1F. We can write F for farad, which is 1 CV inverse. A capacitor with fixed capacitance is symbolic. So what is the symbol? So this is the units. Unit is farad. Now the symbol. This is the symbol. Two lines like this. So this is the symbol of a capacitor, and this is the fixed capacitor. If we put a line like this, that means this is a variable capacitor. We can change its capacity as we move the knob. So this is a knob. So if we move the knob, we can change the capacity. This is a variable capacitor. Variable capacitor. This is fixed capacitor. Okay. So now the equation, this C is equal to Q by V. This is equation 2.38, shows that for large C, if we need C to be large, how can we get C large? If V is small, if we get higher Q. If we get higher Q, higher charge for small potential, then capacitance would be large. This means a capacitor with large capacitance can hold large amount of charge at relatively small V. That means V is small, Q is large. A higher capacitance capacitor can hold, you must write this sentence, that a higher capacitance capacitor must hold higher charge for a small value of V. Now few other notes. The maximum electric field. So again, so we have seen the capacitor, but if the electric field is quite high, so it cannot withstand. The maximum electric field a dielectric medium can withstand without breaking down, that means without destroying, is called electric strength, dielectric strength. And for air it is about 10 to power 3 into 10 to power 6 volt. So for air it is 3 into 10 to power 6 volt per meter. So this is electric field, which is highest electric field which it withstands air as a dielectric material. Last note, in practice 1 farad is a very big unit. 1 farad is quite big unit. It is very big. So what is the common unit used? Common unit used is microfarad or 10 to power minus 6 farad. Again you know, micro is 10 to power minus 6, nano is 10 to power 9, or picofarad, which is 10 to power minus 12 farad. Because 1 farad is very big, so we use microfarad. The common fan capacitor is generally 2.5 microfarad.